We got something for you. We got something for you. You. It's something Megapod shiny. It's wrapped in Megapod plastic. Put on your Megapod jammy. It's time for Megapod-tastic. 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 Megapod-tastic.
Good morning. Welcome to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm Crazy Joe. It is Monday night. We're doing this Monday night thing that we do. I've sent the invite out to a handful of people. Hopefully some people could show up. There's one guest in particular that I'm hoping will be here tonight. I have somebody who has something to promote, and I haven't heard from him. But I told him he's more than welcome to come on here and do some promotion. I said I'd love it if he can make it, but I haven't actually heard one way or another if he's going to be able to make it yet. So we'll see. But maybe we'll have some surprise guests tonight. Daniel Martin's here. Good morning, Vietnam. Good morning, Daniel. Good to see you. James Borland just watched an episode of Mike, Lou, and OG. I don't know what that is. Called High Rise Certified Classic. This and Cow and Chicken are underrated CN shows. I love Cow and Chicken back in the day, but I don't know what Mike, Lou, and OG are. The Last Line live. Hey, Crazy Joe, good to see you, Last Line. Yeah, nobody's here yet. Nobody's here yet. I did send the links out. I'm afraid that tonight I don't really particularly have any topics in mind, so hopefully somebody shows up with something to talk about because I really don't have much. I saw 2 movies this past week. The 2 movies I saw were The Apprentice, the Donald Trump biopic, which was very good, very well done. I have a review up here on the channel. And the other movie I saw was Monster Summer, which I also put a review on. So you can see my reviews of Monster Summer and The Apprentice. They're both up, and yeah, but that's it. James says, "Say Joe, I've recently been binging some Fairly Odd Parents. I found plenty of gems and plenty of stinkers." All right. Daniel Martin says, "Joe, never heard your take on Joker 2. I really liked it. Thought it was quite good." I said it last week. It's a natural sequel to the first movie, which makes it all the more baffling that people who liked the first movie don't like the second one, because it's really a natural sequel that kind of picks up where the first movie left off. And guess what? We do have someone here.
I made it, Joe.
Yeah,
I made it, Joe.
Yeah, you did.
Start running, chat. I'm here.
I'm glad you're here because I really don't have much time. I saw 2 movies this week. I saw The Apprentice and I saw Monster Summer.
Okay, Monster Summer, Mel Gibson. What's up?
Yeah.
What's up with that movie? Is it a kids horror film? What's going on there?
Yeah, you know what? It's look, I didn't love the movie. I can't really give it a glowing review, but if you said to me, "Hey, I want to take my kids because it's Halloween. I want to take my kids out to see something that's kind of scary, but that's not going to traumatize them," I'd say, yeah, Monster Summer's your movie.
Cool. Yeah, I was surprised that got a theatrical release. So yeah, I'm glad you supported that, because normally I would see that straight to streaming right away. With Mel Gibson, it seemed like he had a smaller part too.
You know what it reminded me of? Monster Squad, but not as good. I love Monster Squad. Monster Squad's one of my favorites, and I'd say this is a not as good Monster Squad because you've got Mel Gibson playing the role of the scary German guy. He's the older guy, the senior citizen that they're all a little afraid of. They don't know what his backstory is, but he's got a heart of gold and he's ready to help the kids. And it's, kids fighting a monster, and it's got a very Monster Squad vibe, but just Monster Squad's much better.
Yeah. Okay.
And apparently the director's an actor. He played like young Reagan in the Reagan movie and some things.
Did you get to see Terrifier yet?
I'm not going to see that.
You're not for you.
I haven't seen any of the Terrifier movies. And
Okay.
from what I've read, I don't think I want to.
Yeah, I got my tickets for tomorrow. I'm actually really excited. It's my first. I'm a big fan, but I've never seen one in the theater, so I'm really excited for that.
So okay, let me ask you, because you've seen them.
By the way, real quick, I saw the TV Glow surprise won best limited theater at the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards. I was shocked. Yeah, really shocked that it won. But that was really cool.
I still feel that it's hard for me to classify that one as a horror film.
Sure. Well, I'll take it. I'm a horror fan, so I'll take it. I want it in my club. Okay. I want that movie. I want to claim it. It's in my club. Okay. You can't take it away from me.
It's the movie perp himself, Daniel Martin says.
Indeed. I just wanted to give. What were you going to say? Sorry to interrupt. I just figured you'd like that news.
I don't remember.
Oh, damn it. I messed it up. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No. You know, what I was going to say is, you've seen the other films. Is there anything? All I hear about with Terrifier is the gore. The gore.
Oh,
people are fainting. People are getting up and leaving the theater.
Yes.
Out vomit bags. Are these movies like actually worthwhile? Is there anything like in those movies? Are these just gross out films?
No, to me, I've seen some wild stuff, Crazy Joe.
Yeah,
I'm actually going to be talking about other extreme slasher movies specifically, but outside of slasher movies, I've seen some stuff that's way harder than Terrifier, the Terrifier series. Maybe Terrifier series does certain things better in terms of like the actual physical, contact between, an object and skin. Maybe it does that a little bit better. But I've seen like more extreme ideas, more sick stuff out there. For me, what makes the Terrifier series so interesting is Art the Clown is genuinely just such an interesting character of how he acts, what he chooses to do, and how he does it. There is when you put him in the, it feels like he's actually affecting the film. What do I mean by that? In the first film, and I'll do some spoilers, guys. I'm going to do some spoilers. I figured a lot of people that would want to see Terrifier saw it already. So you guys probably aren't into the Terrifier. If you're not into Terrifier, hopefully you don't mind these spoilers. But in the first Terrifier movie, there's like, we follow these two girls, and we follow one in particular that she does all the final girl tropes. She's suspicious of Art while the other one's playing around with him. Oh, look, a cute clown sitting on his lap, doing all that stuff. She's given a backstory. She's and she's for the most part pretty effective as a final girl. And then in the middle half of the movie, Art just straight up just shoots her in the head. And his playfulness turns into this sourness. It's like his smile and his like, I'm crazy, just goes sour, where he just like, he killed the final girl. And it's like, it's a very strange, like I don't know. I found it so fascinating. It's like, okay, what's he thinking there? And it's like, he affected the whole movie. And now now it switches perspective, and it's actually going to be the sister, which was part of the final girl's story, is going to actually be the final girl. She's going to go investigate where her sister is the latter half of the movie. So I just thought it was very effective of how like they have this interesting dude that you're not quite understanding his motivation. And as the series goes on, it's a supernatural motivation. And not only that, it seems he's involving other people into his supernatural psychosis, whatever Art's lore is, which I heard is being explored in this third one. So it's like, I could see why these things are picking up steam, because he is a fascinating character. It's beyond the gore stuff. It's also not as cynical as crazy kills. Like seems to be some magical realism going on in the second one, whereas like there's like a dagger, a magical dagger involved that's going to be part of the lore too. So when you involve something like that, where it's like, it sounds corny and any other thing, but you have it with this super brutal movie, it's just like, wow, you get invested, you get interested. Who are these people? How is this working out? And apparently it is answering questions, which I love. I would totally say it's worth it for the character of Art alone. He is 110% a horror icon. He is a horror icon. The fact that I think the last movie made only like 10 million at the box office. It was like a runaway hit, just making 10 million, because it was like a $2 million movie. And it was like, oh, it got in the theaters, got 10 million. Huge hit. That $10 million movie, Terrifier 2, got Art into every Spirit Halloween. It's like the mascot of Spirit Halloween now. It got him into Call of Duty DLC, like Call of Duty, the biggest freaking video game ever. He's like a character there. And this is like it's absolutely insane how much this character is blown up. And I think it's warranted because he's genuinely interesting and fascinating. So Art cannot talk. It's all expressive, as Daniel Martin just asked. Art does not talk. This is all expressed. That's another a part of the brilliance of the character. Fascinating. You want more because he's communicating all through facial expressions and actions. It's quite interesting.
So he's really Art the Mime.
Art the Mime, yeah.
Daniel Martin wants to know if The Wild Robot is worthy of all this praise. Absolutely. One of the best films of the year.
Probably the winner of
definitely the best animated movie of the year without question. But
it's going to win.
One of the best films of the year. And by the way, Universal, complete and total morons that they are. Wild Robot was the number 2 movie at the box office again this week.
Yeah, and this is the movie that builds steam over time. Like this is the one that you want to keep in theaters for a while. What was the Element one? The Pixar that
Elemental, yeah,
Elemental. Like that. This feels like that, but from what I'm hearing, the praise, this is way better than Elemental.
Yeah, and they're bringing it to PVOD like next week, which is just undercut your box. Like let's just kneecap the box office.
I know when everyone in PVOD land is looking at genre stuff. Like I understand Beetlejuice, like you want to release it in October. I understand whatever. It's still banking. It's not hurting. It seems like probably could have made more, but it's not hurting it. I understand Beetlejuice, but the Wild Robot's like, dude, at least wait until November. Like what are we doing here?
Lisa says she's still stewing a little about the SNL movie. I gotta tell you, I got some messages from Lisa the other night when she got back from the Saturday.
She didn't like it?
Well, much like me, though I think it affected her enjoyment of the film a little more than it did me, because I thought still overall that it was a great film. But both Lisa and I were very disappointed with the depiction of Jim Henson.
Oh no!
They play Henson. Henson was a pretty sharp guy. He wasn't like some dope, and they kind of play him like he's this like dopey weirdo who, like, there's the Saturday. It's very famously Saturday Night Live's writers didn't like writing for the Muppets, and they never wanted to write for the Muppets, and the Muppet writers were not allowed to write for the Muppets on Saturday Night Live because it was the SNL writers' job. The unions wouldn't allow it. So it was always a power struggle of the SNL writers had to write for the Muppets, but they didn't want to. So there was a conflict. And there are things like that the head writer was doing that, like he was like writing like sexual things about the puppets and everything. And Henson in the movie has a line where he just kind of like very straight-faced goes up to Lorne Michaels and says, "Look what he wrote. I know what this means." And it's like, well, yeah, of course you know what it means. Like why are they playing it like Henson? Why would Henson even need to say, "I know what this means"? Like they were playing him like he's this distant kind of dopey guy who plays with puppets, and it's like that's not who Henson was. Like he wouldn't even set out to be a
Maybe
puppeteer.
It's a caricature.
Yeah, it's like Henson didn't even set out to be a puppeteer. That was a means to an end for him. He wanted to get into television, and the local TV station was hiring a puppeteer, so he started building puppets. It's like he was pretty with it, and they made it out like he's kind of like a dope. I don't know. I didn't like the depiction at all either.
Now you know how all those Bruce Lee fans felt when they saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Lisa says it wasn't it was passive insults to Jim Henson's characterization compared to the rest of the cast. There you go. So I agree. Hey, Greg's game room is in the house. What's up, Cracky? Just gonna ask you about Terrifier 3. I think these movies are mean spirited.
Yeah.
See, I can't say, Greg, I haven't seen them, but Perp's a fan. And
What slasher movie isn't?
Lil Everett says Yodelayu. What do you think?
Yorale-hee-hoo.
Oh boy. So there you go. I guess Dan's not joining us tonight.
Pretty cool.
Lisa says, I like the SNL movie. I just thought it was tasteless to explain their distaste for Henson by making him look like a doof. And keep in mind, though, Lisa, the movie wasn't even written by those people. Like the people on SNL who didn't want to write for Henson, they didn't write this film. The film was written by Jason Reitman and Gil Keenan. So I'm not sure why they wrote him like that. It's a little odd.
The movie, I don't know if this is inappropriate, but I feel like the movie isn't doing as hot as I'm sure it's doing fine box office, but I don't hear people like really talking about it. I thought it was going to be like one of the Oscar buzz movies, you know, like the one feel good comedy that gets nominated, but I don't think it's going to be this one. I don't feel the buzz is there. People are talking about it. I still feel people are still talking about Megapolis. I still forget that in my freaking feed more than anything from movie people. I don't know.
Yeah. And Joker.
And Joker, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, people are talking about not Joker the movie specifically, but they're talking about the box office.
Yeah, and you know, I did a clip out from last week's stream. It's just kind of sickening how people are just so gleeful about the movie's failure. It's just like what. Like, do you win money because the movie failed or something? Like, I mean, like, do you have like skin in this that's failure?
There is nothing sillier to me than in movie. Like there is a space for talk about money, you know, for in a sense, you know, for the big IPs. If you want a sequel, sure. You want to follow a trend, you follow the money, sure. But it's just way, way, way overvalued in movie talk. The whole money thing, because like, look what's happening with like. You end up sounding so inconsistent where it's like, ha ha ha, Joker failed. Why isn't anyone watching Transformers 1? It's like, come on, guys. Like it's gonna sound silly. It's gonna sound silly because it's like if anyone had the right answers, like, well, you should have done this, you should have done this, you'd be the producers. You know, it's a little more complicated than that. There's no right way of box office success of like, well, you shouldn't have done that, you should have done this. That's what Transformers learned.
I always say too that it really doesn't matter in the long run because we got the movie.
Yes.
You know, the movie, you'll never take that movie away from us. We have that movie now. Like I'll have Joker 2 on 4K someday. Yeah. And what's going to happen? They're not going to make a sequel. Guess what? They weren't going to make a sequel. Yeah. They weren't supposed to make a second one. Like that's one more Joker movie than we were supposed to get. So it's like the Masters of the Universe film from 1987, which is a favorite film of mine, and I've loved it since childhood. I didn't even know that movie bombed as a kid because I wasn't following the box office. I just knew it was this really cool movie.
Which one? Monster Squad?
No, Masters of the Universe. Oh, Monster Squad 2. That's another one. Yeah, there's another one.
You don't know? Yeah.
Bianca's here. Good to see you, Bianca.
Magic. Yeah, I'm bouncing around because I was over at Frogtony's team. She must think I'm like, man, he has clones. What the hell?
Bianca, if you want a link, you're more than welcome to join us over here. Happy to have you. I think that would be Bianca's first time on the concession stand.
On the Madness.
Yeah.
Monday Madness show.
So I don't know if Noah's going to make it tonight or Dan, but I invited them. I don't want to. See. Here's the thing. I don't want to ruin it in case he shows up, but I don't think he's going to show up. I invited a special guest.
I
invited a special guest, but he never responded if he was going to be able to make it or not. Somebody who has something to promote. Someone who has something to promote this week. So I'll just leave it at that.
Taladia?
What's he got to promote?
MME International or something? I don't know.
Oh. Let me see. What is
I'm seeing Terrifier tomorrow, Cheeseman.
What is Bianca's name on Twitter? Is it myself
know.
and comics on there too?
Probably.
I'm trying to send her the link, but I'm
Oh.
trying to remember what her Twitter name is. I don't remember.
Careful. Me and her might start talking anime.
Oh yeah, we can't have that. Oh wait, I
Can't
think
have that for Joe.
I found her. I found her.
Anime.
Anime.
Dan.
All right.
Madoka trailer any minute. Yeah, Masters of the Universe is awesome. You know my one complaint, the bounty hunters needed more of them, more action with them. It would have been perfect. In the gym, specifically.
So Skullman desperately wants to get on the stream.
No.
Now here's the thing: I'm simul streaming on MME, so I don't know. Like, do we want to take the risk? Because I don't know. I don't know who this guy is.
And I want him to know it was me that didn't let him on. I want him to know it. hey, Skullman, it was me.
I like how you called him. I like how you called him Skullman, like it's a last name. Skullman.
Yeah, William Skullman. Daniel Skullman. It was me the whole time. You could have been on here. You could have been a co-host. Krazy Joe was backstage with me actually saying, "Man, that's Skullman. I really want to make him a co-host." And I said, "Joe, no, you don't." And he's like, "You're right. I don't." See, I convinced him, Skullman.
Now you see, look, Daniel Martin, we're happy to have you here. Very happy to have you here. So don't take this the wrong way. But I could tell Daniel Martin has not been watching my videos. Because this is the third movie that I have a review up on the channel for that he's asked me if I've seen. I have seen the subs.
We talked about it the day after. On this stream. I'm pretty sure.
And yeah, there's a review up here.
Hey, Pop would probably come on. You could invite him too. Pop Counter Culture. He'd probably come on. Can you come on?
Yeah. Let me see.
Bigger platform, Pop. You don't have to be slumming it with me.
Am I really a bigger platform? I don't know.
MME too.
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing with my channel.
You're definitely a bigger platform than me. What the hell? I'm a nobody.
By the way, Dan is in the car driving. But here's the thing. Dan. I made a terrible mistake. I made some mistakes with this channel. So it's like I have a lot of subs. Like if you look, I have a lot of subs.
Yeah.
But most of them don't actually watch the channel.
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because I've got the wrong subs. I've got the wrong.
What does that mean?
What I mean is, there's another channel I used to be associated with.
And
a lot of people found me through that channel, but I don't
raise your fist.
I never did. I don't, and I never did do the same kind of videos as that guy. So I think a lot of people subscribed to me thinking that they were going to see the same kind of thing they saw on that channel. So they subscribed, but since I didn't do the same kind of videos, they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm not into this." So think
about how I feel, Krazy Joe. I like horror weirdo art house movies, and I'm stuck with MME scraps over my channel.
Well,
think about how I feel.
See, the guy that
they all laugh. You laugh at me when I said I love challengers, Joe. You laugh at me.
A lot of people love challengers.
Not you.
No, the channel that a lot of people found me on was very into thrift shops. Like what's in the thrift shops. Let's find what's in the thrift shops. And then like the haul video. Oh, let's check out what I got at the thrift shop. And he has a very devoted following that likes to see that. They like to watch.
Max, he's doing that a lot now.
Yeah, but I don't do that. So these people like saw me over there and they subscribed, and then I wasn't doing the thing that they wanted to see. So as a result, I have all these subs, but they're not really. So I keep saying that I need to find, and it's it's happening. Like as I've been doing more and more of the concession stand videos, the audience is kind of starting to transform. But I need to get more new viewers that like this kind of content to outnumber the old people who just never unsubscribed but aren't interested. So Divine Light knows exactly who that other channel is. Yes.
I think you definitely should be promoting your channel in terms of your commitment to the theater experience. I don't know how you could market that though.
Well, I feel like if you look
Because
at
that
my
is
channel,
definitely very important, and I think a lot of people will respond to that, especially with how
Yeah.
early you see things.
yeah, well, if you watch this channel regularly, I think the two top things I do here are movie reviews.
Yes.
That are what's in theaters now. I try to celebrate theaters.
Yes.
And physical media reviews like I just did. By the way, holy God, the 4K disc of Nightmare on Elm Street, that movie's never looked better. Like that's one of the best 4K discs I've seen in a while. That movie looks fantastic. And I just saw it on the big screen at the Mahoning Drive-In this summer.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie look that good. So Pop says, I started my channel doing anti-grifter content and I enjoyed it for a long time, but I got burned out on the constant negativity.
I hear you.
I'm lucky most of my old viewers stuck around for the new stuff and my audience is growing.
Thanks.
Yeah, this audience is definitely growing since I've been putting out more content, but
mine's shrinking and I like that.
I took a hit when I separated from the other guy and made a public separation. I took a hit where I lost some subs, and some people were like, "That's what you get, man. You're losing subs." And I'm like, I don't think you understand. This is a positive because I'm losing the subs that aren't into the content that I'm doing. Like I don't need a sub that isn't into what I'm doing. If you're not into what I'm doing, being subbed to my channel isn't really helping me because it's kind of hurting the algorithm to have 3,000 subs, but they're not watching your videos, So
yeah.
So there you go. It's all worked out. Divine Light says that other channel is boring.
Which one? Mine?
Yeah. No. Some other dude. Pickle and Peanut can easily defeat the ultimate Freya, James Borland says. I don't know what that means.
Frieza? Isn't that a Dragon Ball Z character or something?
Oh, I don't know. By the way, Bianca, I did send you the link on Twitter. I found you.
Lars Perp Trier. Raptor in the Dark.
And look, the Last Line Live says he saw Nightmare on Elm Street in the theater this past Friday.
Movie's got a run going.
Trey says, what do you think about a DVD that can hold 1 million movies?
What?
That's
what is that?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
A lot of movies. It's a lot of movies on a disc.
Maybe are they all really small or something?
I don't know.
What the hell? What do you think about? You got me curious. What do you got? Like, link it. What is this? DVD? Why not Blu-ray? What do you think of a VHS that can hold 1,000 movies?
But is it a multiple tape set, or is it one?
It's one VHS, but it's all big VHS. We don't have a VCR for it. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's to go in a giant size VHS player.
We're still building VCR for it.
Oh boy,
what's the point of that? 1 million movies.
Oh,
I don't believe it. Yeah, Cheeseman's Cheeseman's with me 1 million movies. Really? Who the F has seen 1 million? Like, who has that?
I didn't even know Anthony Cheeseman was here. Is that the first comment he's made? I think that's the first comment I've seen by him.
Cheeseman was a lurker. He's made a couple of things.
Yeah, somehow I've missed him. So
he's
there he is.
He's not hard to miss. He has the worst avatars ever. Always, he always has the worst ones. Just the worst.
Who's pop culture talking about? I don't
probably Lars Van Trier.
Okay, I would agree with that.
I reject his notion that his films are intellectually complex. I think they're emotionally complex. Boom, got him.
I would agree. I would agree with pop counterculture on that.
You're talking about Nolan, not Trier. Never mind.
James Borland says, "Is it just me, Joe and Perp? But is Skullman channeling Joey Baseball? I haven't seen Joey Baseball in a long time. I wonder if Skullman is in fact Joey Baseball. Has Joey
Who's Joey
Baseball?
Baseball?
Joey Baseball was a regular. He was a sub to this channel, regular commenter, and he seemed. I don't know. He always swore he was being genuine, but he seemed like he was just trying to be a contrarian. Like whatever anyone said, he said the opposite. And Bianca's here. Welcome to the party.
Hello.
Hello. Let me know if my mic's okay, because there's always something.
Sounds good to me. I like your little virtual
Where's that?
bar and library and piano.
Where's that from?
So before Twitter took out the Brazilians, or more like the Brazilians were like, Twitter is stupid, so it's illegal now. I hired a Brazilian artist to draw this background, and I was like, I don't know, 1920s, 1940s jazz cafe. See what you can do with that. And he's like, okay, this is what he made. This is my piano right here. Beautiful noise. I know. But I couldn't get on earlier. I was making my mother tea. She may have a sore throat. So I was getting every tea that we had that can be good for that.
You made her all the tea.
Yeah, there was green tea with elderberry, and I'm like, oh, that's great. And then I had a cold chaser tea, which has, I don't remember what's in it, but it has everything, things are inflammatory and high in vitamin C, and then nettle leaf to lower inflammation. So hopefully after a couple days, she'll be good.
You got it down to a science.
Yes. Teas are like my life because they helped me a lot because I have IBS.
My wife was just organizing all her teas the other day.
I need to buy more. I wanted to agree with you with the you have subscriptions. You have people who subscribe to you, but they don't watch your content. And that's like a problem that I realized, I think last year, when I was doing content for like almost 2 years. I would keep telling my friends, like, I'm not getting anything. Only the same people. And even then, the people that would jump in reoccurringly are no longer doing that. And I started noticing them like visiting less often. And I'm like, you can even say hello if you're lurking. But like,
yeah, Max.
And it was to the point where it's like, anytime I tell somebody I have a YouTube channel, they're like, oh, I'll subscribe. I just won't do anything. I won't watch your stuff. I won't like any of your stuff. I won't comment. And I'm like, then don't subscribe. If you're not going to give me engagement, which helps build a channel nowadays, don't subscribe. The subscription means nothing. And I've been saying this before, or maybe now we're not realizing that subscriptions are like becoming problematic in a way. Like, I was just watching a video where they're like, hey, listen, I love my subs, but people do content farming, and those people who steal other people's content are the one getting like the plaques, the YouTube plaques. It's our content. We like put our heart and soul into making it. We get nothing, but the people who steal our content are the ones that are getting the most engagement, the ones that are getting the most popular. Like, for example, for the person who did a video, they would get like 1,000 views, right? But somebody who steals their content would get like 10,000 views, 10 million views. And I've seen this a lot. Sometimes I don't even know that I'm not watching the original person until I see a comment. They're like, listen, this is 10 million views. It's not the original though. This is the original. And then I look at the original and I'm like, You have nothing, and that's terrible. And it's definitely a big YouTube problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Hey, Greg, are you still here? Greg's Game Room, you still in the room? Put a comment if you're still here, Greg. We went to Dragon Con this year,
Yeah.
and Greg puts up a video, and there's this dude. I don't even remember the name of his channel. Not that I want to advertise him anyway, but his whole channel is taking clips of my friends and criticizing them and talking about like how much they suck and blah blah. My friend Adam the Woo, like this guy will be like, "Oh yeah, Adam the Woo did this today," blah blah blah, and he puts up this video where he's like, "So Adam the Woo didn't go to Dragon Con this year, and as a result, none of his friends went. All his friends just skipped Dragon Con." And he takes a clip of my friend Greg's video, and Greg's walking around and talking about how he made a mistake and couldn't get a ticket. He forgot to buy his ticket early, and Dragon Con sold out. And this guy was manipulating the footage to make it look like Greg was there all alone. Nobody went. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in that video. And our friend Ryan is also in that video. And our friend Zach is in that video. You just cut them all out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like looking at this and I'm like, this guy, he did not shoot that video. Greg shot that video. And our friend Adam shot his video. And this guy just takes their stuff, takes clips, does a little voiceover, and boom, there, that's my video. And it's like, yeah, but you took other people's work. You didn't actually do anything.
Exactly, and that's a lot of stuff that I'm seeing that's
Right.
getting recommended to me, and I'm like, don't recommend me this channel. I don't want it. These are just people trying to grift and create some sort of false narrative, and like, I used to believe that stuff a couple years ago. Like, I used to be heavy into that stuff, and like, that stuff ruins your mental health if you're not careful. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What got you into COVID? Was it COVID or was it before that?
Wait, before COVID.
Oh, it was before.
2016, 17, something like that. Maybe earlier.
I want to agree with Pop Counterculture here, who said Nolan's movies never hold up on rewatch. I mean, I think there's a couple that do. Like I think Memento does, and
Memento's awesome.
I was gonna say that I've actually been wanting to see Memento.
I love Inception to this day. I think it's a fantastic action movie.
See, I didn't like Inception. I thought it was really overrated.
Maybe you'll like what the anime that Christopher Nolan got inspired from, Paprika.
Oh yeah, that's from the Perfect Blue guy. Yeah.
Yeah, Satoshi Kon.
Yeah. No, I have
R.I.P.
Yeah, I have it, but I haven't watched it. I do have the Blu-ray of it because I was such a fan of Perfect Blue.
I bought the DVD, and I was like, I get to finally watch it. It wasn't Blu-ray, it was DVD, and I was like, I'll take it. I'll take anything. And I was like,
I've seen some clips from it. It looks trippy as hell. I love it. Yeah.
I think Nolan is probably the filmmaker who has disappointed me the most because I loved Memento so much. Like when Memento came out, I saw Memento like 3 or 4 times in the theater, and I just thought, man, this guy's going to be incredible. And
Insomnia.
Insomnia is okay.
Insomnia.
It's okay.
The one where Robin Williams is a killer, and then
what?
Yeah,
Al Pacino.
That's one of his better ones. I liked
it. It's a remake too.
To me, his Batman movies and The Prestige kind of demonstrate everything that's wrong with them.
I agree with the Batman movies.
Well, you see, because Batman is a fantasy character. He is on a sliding scale, a more realistic character than the others in his, like, Superman, the Flash, they all got superpowers. So on that sliding scale, he's more realistic than most, but he's still not realistic. He's a guy who's like a millionaire, and he goes out there and he has fantastical villains like Clayface and Man-Bat. He still lives in a fantasy world. So Nolan comes to this, and he takes it and he says, I got to make it grounded and real, and we can't have those fantasy elements. It's got to be so grounded and so real. But then he does The Prestige, which is a movie about magicians doing illusions. Now, that's something that is real. That's something that does exist in the real world. And he's like, clones! And he's putting all these like fantasy elements in it. And I'm like, how come you're putting the fantasy in the real world thing, but you're making the thing that is fantasy grounded? I'm like, that's backwards, man.
So it's like it could have been a Now You See It or Now You See Me movie with oh shoot, forgot that one actor's name. Of course I do.
Did you hear the theory?
Heisenberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have been going. Now You Don't. That should have been the sequel. Someone said that, and I was like,
Oh, that's right.
genius.
I forgot they had a sequel.
And they didn't call it Now You Don't. They called it Now You See Me Too. It's like so stupid.
No.
Yeah, the chance right there.
But what would you call the third one then? Now you see me again.
There was a third one?
Well, they're
it's coming out. Yeah.
Oh no.
You just call it Now ... Now let's see. Whatever.
Oh, James, I love your profile picture. I love Flapjack.
Back to Nolan. Did you guys ever like hear that theory on Inception? That the actual Inception that was happening was with Leonardo DiCaprio? That was the actual job? The job was to get Leonardo DiCaprio to forget about his wife, right? To crush that memory so he could go home. And so like the whole thing is that you're supposed to not know that you're dreaming, right? So they had to set all that up just so they could make sure that he could like forget his freaking wife and go home. You ever hear that theory?
No.
That's
cool. Probably one of the most interesting theories I've heard. Anthony, you make me feel bad. I saw Tenet 4 times in the theater.
Holy shit.
And I bought my cousin the 4K Blu-ray because we saw it together in the movie theater, different movie theaters, as a total of 4 times, not 4 times each. That'd be crazy.
Did you like it that much, or it just happenstance? Yes. Oh, okay.
We liked it that much. Some theaters had better sound. So, like, some stuff I heard in, like, my second time watching, my cousin heard on, like, the 3rd or 4th time watching, and he was like, oh, he said yoga! And I was like, yeah, I heard that on my second time, and he's like, I thought he was mouthing something, but I couldn't. And I'm like, yeah, sound is always a problem.
I will say, yeah, it is for the dialogue. I will say that even if I dislike a Nolan movie, that soundtrack is just enough to keep me going, usually. Like, I love the Tenet soundtrack. The Tenet soundtrack was amazing.
Chowder, Billy and Mandy, Ed, and Eddie, all great. Love them all.
Perp froze up on us, but Noah's here. And Noah, I'm sorry, I have a comment blocking your face. I just realized we haven't said
blocking mine.
We haven't said hi to Charlotte yet, and I want to make sure we say hi to Charlotte. So sorry, Charlotte. Yeah, I'm having trouble keeping up with the comments tonight. But Noah, welcome to the party.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Very well.
Oh, it's a beautiful night in the neighborhood. Beautiful night for a neighbor. Would you be mine? We were just discussing Christopher Nolan's films.
Okay.
Pros and cons.
Tenet was good. The sound mixing could have used some work.
Yes.
That's what everyone says.
No,
he does that on purpose. Doesn't Christopher Nolan do that on purpose?
I guess.
Like, he's talked about it before. Like, he's and for Tenet specifically, I believe there was an interview about the music. He's like, yeah, no, I did that on purpose. And I was like, why would you do that? We want to hear dialogue.
He wants everything like the club scene in The Social Network. He wants everything to sound like that.
I didn't see that one either.
Oh.
Yeah, that one scene was very
like Social Network is famous because what David Fincher, what he did was he filmed the club scenes with the actual music, so the actors actually had to like speak over the music. Normally in movies when they're doing scenes, when you're seeing club scenes and shit, there's no music. All those people are dancing like to nothing. Is because they're trying to get the sound of the actors, even if the actors aren't necessarily saying anything. They still try to get every clean sound possible. They want the footsteps of the dancing, all that stuff, so they could hear it minuscule. So you never hear music on set except for David Fincher in The Social Network. He wanted the actors to make it feel lived in. He wanted the actors to be yelling over the music like you would in a real club. But that also made it like frustrating for some audience members. They couldn't really understand the movie because some club teachers like, what are they saying? You have to like lean in like you would in a club. But so
that's what happened to me the other day. I went to a club-like experience. It wasn't an actual club; it was club-like, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah, lean in.
It's okay.
Noah, Reggie wants to know if you've used your new chainsaw yet.
Ooh,
Have I used my new chainsaw yet? I have not.
what kind?
It's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 50th anniversary toy that they sent me.
That is the most amazing. Like, I can't believe like that is better than that. That gives that we talked about this. That gave me the idea. Like, instead of popcorn buckets, they need to be doing DVD, Blu-ray, 4K buckets like that. Just releasing packages like that.
Everybody who knows I got this thing, they're super jealous, and I don't know why.
I know why.
This thing, you think it's big. The issue is, it's so big it falls over things. So I have no place to put it besides on top of a Blu-ray shelf.
Yeah. You have to literally hold it on your lap the whole time.
I'd say the only thing I have that's comparable to that, though that was a promotional thing. The thing I got, was sold in stores, but I have the Nakatomi Plaza Die Hard set.
You know which one I wanted, dude? They had the purple box from Old Boy. You remember if you guys saw the Korean movie Old Boy? Remember how
I choose not to see it because I actually did enjoy the
manga
original source material. Yeah. I did enjoy the
good.
manga. I feel like I'll work up the courage to see it because I know what's in it.
Movie's good, but yeah, like they sold the Blu-ray in the purple box, and it was like this velvet purple box. It was beautiful. I never got it. It was like $400 though.
Charlotte says, was Buffy like that at the Bronze? The music not as loud as the characters talking. Charlotte, I wasn't on set, but I would assume there was no music at the Bronze while they were recording dialogue. Here's a trivia question. Does anybody know what the last band to play at the Bronze was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Blink-182.
Nerf Herder.
Damn it, I was close.
Who wrote the theme song to the show. So they wrote the theme song, and they were the last band to play.
Nerf Herder did the theme to Buffy? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
I actually embarrassed Steve Sherlock from Nerf Herder once because I asked him a question, and he got really embarrassed and was like, wow, I hoped nobody had heard that song. There was a German punk band called Wax On, Wax Off. And they wrote a song called Allison Hannigan. And there's a line in the song where they said, Perry Grip was the lead singer of Nerf Herder. And the line in the song goes, I once talked to Perry Grip, and he told me the truth. You were dating their drummer, Steve. You let him touch your boobs. And I said to Steve Sherlock, I go, oh, yeah, I didn't know you dated Allison Hannigan. And he goes, how'd you know that? And I said, oh, it was in that Wax On song. And he goes, oh, my God, you heard that? I hope nobody had heard that song.
So here's the thing. They're actually a popular band. Oh, my gosh. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Wax On, Wax Off. I think I'm the only person that knows Wax On.
I feel like I've actually heard
German
talk about it. Oh, it's a German?
They're a German punk band, but their album is in English, and you can tell it's not their first language but it's a great album. I love it.
I have a few friends from Germany. So yeah, I thought I heard it before. One of them was talking about it a few weeks ago.
I'm so ignorant. I assume everything sounds like Du Hast, so they're just like punk rock. Who rock me? Who rock me right now?
Oh,
that's my ignorance.
You were talking about lurking. You said something about Max lurking. We're on his channel, And
never
he has never stopped in.
He
on our
never
Monday
does
night
drive-bys. He never. And
Yeah.
I
Oh,
asked for
no.
one specifically yesterday for my Fangoria awards, and he said he would do it. Did he? No, he did not.
We're literally streaming on his channel like on Monday
Not
nights.
one drive-by.
Never has he come
Hey,
by.
at least he trusts you to give you the keys.
Yeah, well,
That's pretty cool, Joe.
which reminds me, by the way, Super Chat Hippo is here. If you'd like to hear
I
Super
hate
Chat
that
Hippo,
hole. I
you-
hate that hole in its mouth. I just hate it. I hate looking at it.
Super Chat Hippo has not sung his song in a long time. So
Get that
Is
hole
it
out of
a
my face.
hole?
Ew. I see crustacean inside. Get out.
Perp. What has that hole ever done to you?
It's what I think Joe does to that hole that I'm worried about.
He feeds it pretzel sticks.
I
Yeah.
do.
Max never
Oh,
saw.
my
Cheeseman
Lord.
gets it. Cheeseman gets the Max memes.
Oh my Lord. What a night.
It all started with Joker 2 box office talk.
So it's been about
Oh.
it's been almost an hour and I haven't heard from him, so I don't think my guest is coming on. But I invited my friend the Philly Captain to join us tonight because his movie, The Turnaround, is premiering on Netflix this Friday. And I thought it would be great
Ace.
to come on and help promote his movie. But this Friday on Netflix, you will be able to watch the short film The Turnaround, and it's all about my friend the Philly Captain. I am not a huge baseball fan. I've gone to a couple baseball games with him, but anyone who knows the Philly Captain, his big thing is he does a channel where his channel's heavily on the Phillies. He follows the Phillies, goes to Phillies games. That's not all he does, but that's a very big part of his channel. And about a year ago, the Phillies had signed a player named Trey Turner, and they gave him this big multi-million-dollar contract, and he was supposed to be a great player and millions of dollars for a 12-year contract. And Trey Turner came to Philadelphia, and basically he was not playing well. So the entire city turned against him and would boo him every time he got up to bat. And my friend, the Philly Captain, went on social media and told everyone, we need to give Trey Turner a standing ovation. Next time he's up to bat, we have to give him a standing ovation because he's I could tell from looking at him in interviews, he's very demoralized and feeling down, and we got to let him know we're behind him. And the next game, Trey Turner went up to bat, the entire stadium got up and gave him a standing ovation, and it completely turned around his game, and he started playing really well, and he's like one of the top players. And my friend orchestrated this standing ovation, and they made a movie about it, a short film. And the producer of the film is a guy you may have heard of. His name is Barack Obama. And this movie premieres on Netflix. We'll all be able to
Heard of him? I voted for the guy.
So I told John, I sent him.
That makes me feel so young because I wasn't allowed to vote yet.
Neither was I. I was not allowed to vote. Yeah, we're the two youngsters in here, so
I've shown this
Y'all
before.
better vote this time.
I've shown this before, and it's a little bit embarrassing, but I actually have a pin here of the first person I ever voted for president.
Oh God,
Herbert Hoover. No.
Nixon.
He did not win.
Nixon.
He did not win, and if I had to do it
Nixon,
over again,
Nixon,
he would not have had my vote. But
Dan Quayle.
Ross
Perot.
Perot.
Oh my God, that is brilliant. That is the
No
best
idea
thing
who
ever.
that.
Oh my God,
Wow.
you got to watch in living color.
he was a third party candidate who took on Bush, and
Do you remember who used to play him as in living color?
I don't remember in Living Color, but I remember Saturday Night Live. Dana Carvey used to play him.
Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey
Really?
played him in the living color. Yeah.
Okay. He was really funny on Saturday Night Live. I remember Dana Carvey played him on Saturday Night Live because his big thing was he dropped out of the race. Like he was running for president, then he dropped out.
Gosh dang.
But then people started, his supporters started pressuring him to get back in the race.
Mhm.
So he got back in again. And And Saturday Night Live did like a bit where Dana Carvey kept calling up like Nightline, like Ted Koppel was doing Nightline, and he'd be like, "Well, wait, you have a call from Ross Perot," and Dana Carvey would be like, "Hey, I'm out. I'm not doing this. I'm out." And then like they take him off, and they'd be, "Oh, he's back. Hey, I'm back in again." And like he just kept doing that back and forth.
The fact
I
that you
love
have a
Dana
Ross Perot button is absolutely the most hilarious outcome to you never guess who I'd vote my first vote. Like that is amazing.
I gotta say,
Precise comic timing.
I gotta say, if there's gonna be, I'm happy this is actually the first person I ever voted for because it's just weird enough. It's like one of those things that's just weird enough.
He didn't affect
Crazy
anything.
Joe.
He didn't damage anything at the end of the day. It's a good joke. He didn't get in. It doesn't matter. It's a good joke.
Oh, boy.
Ross Perot.
Did voting for third parties still not matter back then?
Well, that's when I learned that.
That was like the first. Well, maybe from my memory, that's the first time I felt like there was a push for a third party. I guess there always was, but that's my memory as a child. Remember the Ross Perot memes?
Yeah, that was the first one. And Daniel Martin says he got further than any third party candidate. So,
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's a meme.
I
Oh,
heard
someone voted for him twice.
He voted for Perot twice, yeah, because he ran again then 4 years later. So,
Oh my god.
Oh. Did he do worse the second time?
yes, he did not. He did better the first time than the second time.
Always
Ross
happens. Not really, not always.
So, but anyway, yeah. I don't remember how we got on the topic, but the turnaround is this Friday on Netflix. So check it
Cool.
out. I wish John could be here to tell you about it firsthand, but
That means you're gonna have to kick him when you see him.
I will.
Yeah,
That's right.
get that shin. Really good.
So does anyone else have anything exciting that happened this week? Because I was saying, other than Monster Summer and The Apprentice, I haven't seen any new movies. So,
Fangoria Awards, Chainsaw Awards, Godzilla -1, Best Wide Release.
Wide release.
okay,
Yeah, best wide. It didn't even get nominated for international. I had no idea.
Skullman has asked that we read his last comment,
Oh my
and
god, Skullman!
I think his last comment, we were sitting here saying, who was Skullman? Could it be Joey Baseball? I think this last comment reveals who Skullman is. Skullman says, if RFK Jr. was still running, he would be the first person I would vote for in the general
That is
election.
the most Skullman.
So
comment.
Skullman, it turns out, is none other than Zachary Levi. So there you go.
Loved you in Shazam, bro.
We did. We loved you in Shazam.
And I loved you in what's that?
Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
thing.
That thing. That monstrosity.
I still got my purple crayons right here.
Based, Joe. Based.
I can't wait to see it.
Oh, it's a lot of fun.
It better
It's
come
a
out
lot
on
of
Hulu
fun.
soon.
It's on Netflix, right?
Oh, that reminds me. I actually
I'd
need to
watch
buy
it already. If it
I need to
was.
buy a copy because I was waiting. I thought there was a chance I might get a.
Is it a real crayon? Can you draw stuff
Oh
on it?
yeah.
Based.
Here,
With a crayon, anything is possible.
That's what I want to believe. I don't think people accept purple money though.
Magical.
Yeah. That's the best giveaway, like a theatrical promotional giveaway I've gotten since the There's Something About Mary hair gel in the 90s.
Oh no.
Well, Bluey movie, they kind of had one, but the movie was like 30 minutes, which was the longest Bluey has ever. That was like the longest Bluey episode ever. It was so great. A lot happened in 30 minutes.
Zachary Levi loves this channel.
Zachary Levi's been on this channel before.
Well,
He's been a-
we
he's
love
been a
Zachary
guest.
Levi's work.
Yeah.
We love his work.
Yeah.
Funny enough, there was a customer I was ringing out, and then out of nowhere, he's like, "You know Zachary Levi?" And I was like, I don't know him. My family and I love his Shazam movies. We still have to see the second one though." And he's like, "I'm friends with Zachary Levi. I'm literally on my way to meet him." I think it was for a vacation thing or something. And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. That's cool."
Cool.
He's like, do you want me to tell him that you're a fan? And I was like, sure. Sure. Yeah, sure. And he's like, okay,
But
I will
don't
tell
tell
him
him
you're a fan. And I
don't
was
tell
like,
him I didn't see the second movie.
and, yeah. And I was like, wait, I feel like it'd be weird if I just said me. And I was like, make sure to tell him that it's also my family. My family too. My family loves the Shazam movies.
Yep.
And he's like, yes, I will. And I was like,
You
thank you.
messed up with Zachary Levi's head with that one, and that guy went to Zachary Levi, said, "Hey, a whole family likes your shit," and that's why Zachary Levi does family movies now because of this one comment he got.
Because of me.
That's why he did Harold in the Purple Crayon because he got that one comment. Yo,
You
families
think I
love
won't
my
see
shit.
it? Of course. Love terrible stuff.
I would see. Daniel Martin says that's the new status symbol, being friends with Shazam. I would love to be friends with Zachary Levi. He seems like a
not?
fun guy. He's a nice
Why
guy.
not?
I've met him. He's
Yeah, when he went to, even though he's like, supporting whoever he's supporting, which is fine. He was all there when supporting that, saying with love. He's like, hey, let everyone love each other, blah blah blah. You know?
The movie was Zachary. The second movie, with the Shazam 2 is what I mean. Was that during the actor strike?
I think it came out just before the actor strike.
Right before.
Yes, it was right before Flash. Like it's already like
Yeah.
right before Flash when basically all the movies were bombing, and that one I think was
Yeah.
the start of it.
But I saw it 5 times.
Holy shit! Yeah, isn't Rachel is it Zellweger in that one?
Yeah, Rachel Zegler. Yeah, she's
Zegler's
really good in it.
Zellweger.
Because
I'm an
I had
idiot.
never. Now look, Noah's got the hat on. I had never seen West Side Story, so the first thing I
Me
saw her
too.
in was Shazam 2. And she was
I
really
didn't
good.
see the original either.
I'm a musical guy, and I fell in
And
love
I'm
with
a
that.
disgrace as a minority.
Hey, no, what'd you think of Joker 2?
I didn't see it.
I still haven't seen it yet.
Oh wow. Okay. Are you
I haven't
interested?
been able to get to the theater yet.
You better hurry. I don't think it has long.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
got announced the 29th. I think it's coming digitally the 29th, I think.
My
Zellweger, yeah,
Yeah.
cheese and oh, fuck.
my final chance to see it is going to be next Thursday, because next Thursday they're getting in Venom, so I'll probably have a chance to see it maybe Sunday. So I might just force myself to see it on Sunday.
I didn't realize Venom was coming that soon. I got
Venom.
tickets for Venom. I'm really excited.
Venom.
Venom.
I am so sick and tired of trailers using pop like old songs in their. I am dead. Like Venom killed me. What was the song they used? Did look out ground control? And I was just like with the oh god, I'm dying.
Which one was that one?
Was it the ground control? Which one did
Ground
ground
Control,
control?
Major
Look out!
Tom.
For the first movie,
Yeah.
or
I don't know which one trailer came out recently. Did the freaking guy freaking died in the theater? I swear to God, I am so done with that. No more Elton John remakes. I thought Jordan Peele would have changed the freaking rhythm of this shit with They Got Five on it. I thought people was like, okay, good, do 90s. That's fine. I'm
Jordan
done
Peele.
with the 70s and 80s. Oh my God. Oh my God. With Us, remember when he did I Got Five on it and it ended up being like a cool part of the score of the trailer and then the movie?
I liked the slowed down version of Where Is My Mind in the Thunderbolt.
Sure.
trailer.
I'll
I
even
think
take
was
that
really
one
good.
because that's 90s or I'm just saying I'm done with the Elton Johns in the 70s and 80s ones. Those I die in theaters now. I shouldn't be doing that, Joe. I shouldn't be dying in a theater, especially during trailers.
you should be dying laughing in the movie.
I should be
theater.
living.
Pop wants to know if you've seen Joker 2.
No, digital. Sorry.
Oh my lord, you.
Hate to kill
I'm
Joe.
having
Sorry.
a friend of mine. He has a very special task for me. He'll get me Joker 2. He'll get me Joker 2. And I'll save money on that. I didn't want to see the first Joker movie. My family wanted to see it. I had no interest in seeing it. But now it's like the opposite,
Mhm.
where I'm like, okay, I want to see what everybody's talking about.
Yeah,
but also, like, my family's not interested in seeing it. So I'm like, I'll just do it for me.
people being upset to this degree got me super curious. Where it's like a day one digital. Before I was like, I was gonna wait until it comes up, but I'll probably pay for it. It'll get money.
I never
Day
have
one
money
digital.
anyway.
Yeah.
works for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The fact that people are so upset has me so curious. Like,
I don't
that's-
understand it either because Joker 2 is such a good companion piece to the first one. Like it really is a natural sequel to the first one. The story, like I've heard people make the foolish comment that it undermines the first film. It's a natural growth of the first film. Like everything laid out in the first film leads to what happens in the second film. And my wife and I both agree that the second film actually makes the first film better because the revelations you get in the second one make the first one make more sense. I love it. I love them
Okay.
both. I love them both as a set. They're two sides of the
It's like
same
an
coin.
epilogue. Some people compare it to an epilogue, but I don't consider an epilogue necessarily a bad thing. I like Quantum of Solace as an epilogue to Casino Royale. I think they fit.
Daniel says, I heard people hated the ending. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not even sure
The
which
original
part-
ending or the ending that was in the movie? Because
What was the
apparently,
original ending?
Harley Quinn kills Joker.
Oh my god, that would
no.
have pissed people off even more. Release the original ending.
I don't know which because
Oh my
there's a
God.
lot happens at the ending. It's a very multifaceted ending. So I'm
Is
not
it
sure
like
which part
consequences
we-
for his actions type of thing?
Yeah.
But also
But
not
it's like-
justifiable.
It's like when people say they hate the ending, are we saying that they hate the conclusion to the court case? Are we saying that they hate what happens after the conclusion of the court case? Or are they saying they hate the last?
When does the
literally-
assault happen? Is that after the court case?
No, that happens earlier in the film.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
okay.
I saw something on Twitter. By the way, I don't know. I don't really want to give spoilers, but I guess this is out there now. He does get sexually assaulted in the film in prison, and I saw someone say that's so disrespectful to the character, and I'm like,
The character's not a good guy.
I mean, number one, we're talking about a villain. Number two, that happens in prison.
He
Like we're
can't
not.
be a villain. You know why?
Yeah, you
Because
can't prove that
people
didn't happen to
hate
Bruce
him.
Wayne in Batman Begins. You can't prove that didn't happen to Bruce
Right.
Wayne in Batman
It,
Begins.
I didn't hear anyone
Can't
come out of
prove it.
Dirty Work and say that they were disrespectful to Norm Macdonald when that happened to him in Dirty Work.
Have
Oh,
have
God.
they
Another
seen
one,
anything? Have they seen? They clearly haven't read anything with the Joker or seen anything with him. Because how many people has he assaulted, sexually assaulted?
Barbara Gordon.
Multiple
Don't you bring her
times
up.
in the
Don't you
comics
fuck-
and in the
don't
movies
you
and
fucking
TV
bring her
shows
up.
has he sexually assaulted. I mean,
Well, I
Don't
mean,
it
bring up
happens one
Barbara.
time and they flip
Well, I
it
mean-
around.
Well, I mean, Perf, you have read
Shawshank
Killing Joke,
Redemption, I
right?
believe.
I have read The Killing Joke, and I think it's a disgusting, filthy comic, Joe.
But I love the movie.
And we will not talk about what Joker did in that comic. Okay, we will move on.
Which
She can't even get her freaking movie out. I bet that animated came out. They had no problem releasing that.
No, they didn't.
Assholes.
Wait, why are people upset Beetlejuice was a bad guy, but he is the bad guy? He was gonna forcefully marry with her.
I mean,
Yeah, the whole point of the
especially
thing
in
is that the whole point, the plot of the first movie is that they regret getting that guy out of the thing. Like that was
especially the first one. He was going to marry a minor. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The second
Isn't he
one-
doing that again with the second movie?
Well, the second one, she's an adult now, but yeah, still
The character? No,
Yeah.
the Jenny Ortega.
Well, yeah, but he's still trying to marry Lydia. So,
Oh, I thought I
yeah,
saw
he's-
Jenny Ortega in the wedding dress. I'm crazy. Much
no,
better.
yeah, no. Beetlejuice
That was-
is still fixated on Lydia, but she was like what 16 in the first ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
My brother loved that movie. I got to see it still.
I got to tread carefully here because I don't want to put spoilers up. But pop counterculture says the ending is almost brilliant. It's just that what the film is saying, intentionally or not, by its final moments, is contradicted by the film's overall message. I'm not sure what he means by that. So, pop counterculture, we're gonna have to have you on a stream and actually discuss this because I'd like to hear more about
So
this.
I actually have a friend who is in the industry business, usually for like journalism, video games, movie, TV shows, that kind of stuff. Like she knows a lot about like directors and people from like all parts of life and she has worked with and all that stuff. So like everybody, there was a person who had something similar to this, and they're like, okay, so how come we can't relate to Joker? And there was many people saying different things about it, but one of the things that was mostly said was, yes, he is a victim of society. He is a victim of what the government, he is a victim of what was done to him. But he also does his own actions. His actions from what, you know, because of like it's not justifiable. That's the whole problem. He is still a victim, but he still chose to do these things. He still chose to do what he did. And that's why he is not a hero. That's why they're telling you, yes, the society is the problem, but you still can make choices. And that was one of the things why I didn't enjoy the movie as much, because many times people were justifying a lot of the killings that were done. And I'm like, okay, I can understand this was self defense, but other times I'm just like, that was not okay. Should not have done that. Should have just told that guy to F off, honestly. If it escalates to a killing, obviously that was his choice. And he's like, you know, there is being a victim, and then you can also commit crimes as a victim. You can do both. Both can happen, both can coexist, and has happened in society, which I thought was a very good discussion. Ha. I didn't like say everything quote for quote,
But
then I would
why have
to look
Harley
at the
Quinn in
messages.
it then?
For that, I don't know because I haven't seen the movie. I can only
Oh,
say from the first movie.
Because Lady Gaga. By the way, Charlotte says she's
just kidding, I
releasing
haven't seen
Star
it.
Wars New Rising Episode 2 on her
Wait,
channel.
what does that even mean?
What?
A song?
I'm not sure.
Is she?
But
Are you doing a Star Wars song, Charlotte?
I'm
That'd
gonna
be
find out.
awesome.
I'm gonna find out.
Hey, Charlotte, if you're doing Star Wars songs, I'll promote that.
Oh, I read that as re-releasing. I was like, what?
I have a Star Wars song, Charlotte. It's called "The Aka Fight."
Mm.
Oh, I don't even know if she knows we read that because she had to leave about a minute ago. So.
Oh man, I'm gonna check it out. See if she actually.
Oh
thinks
no!
Star
Here
Wars
we go.
song.
Here we go. She is still here. I did
Oh,
a
she
Star
did.
Wars
Nice.
song and a story episode series.
I'm definitely checking that out.
Yeah.
I'll do it on stream too. Awesome.
Oh boy. Let's see. Pop Counterculture says, without spoiling anything, it draws a line between Arthur and Joker and conclusively deconstructs both, only to prop up something that is more celebrated about the character.
Ooh,
But I'm happy to
that's
come on and go in depth. Yeah,
No.
we gotta.
interesting take.
We gotta get you on and have a
I
spoiler
gotta see this
stream
thing.
and really get into
Probably
it.
should see the
From
movie
what
too.
I've seen, that's what a lot of people interpreted it as, but that's not what the director interpreted it as. Arthur Fleck is Arthur Fleck. The Joker is what society put onto him, and that's something he just went with just because. I don't think he really cared about the name so much, but he thought what he was doing was good because of what was happening around. We have to remember, like, yes, he makes choices, but he's also a victim of like what's going on, and so he may not understand, but he should understand enough of what's right and wrong. But the Joker thing, it's not, together in a way, which is why I hated the promotion for the movie, because I deleted it and I wish I could have saved it. There was an interview a long time ago. I don't remember if it was with Todd Phillips or somebody who was working on the movie or not. But this movie was called Joker, and it had no relation to anything Joker related from DC at all. And it's not like, oh, it's an Elseworld thing. No, it was not. It was just a coincidence with the name. They were like, no, this has no relationship to any type of Joker at all. A few months later, another interview came out, and this one with Todd Phillips, and they're like, no, this is based on the Joker, and we put lots of references from his very first appearance, which was, I think, like the 40s or something like that, up until now. And I was like, wait, you just said it wasn't, and are you saying it is? Why change it? And I'm like, I don't know if it was like a PR thing or something like that, and that really irritated me.
I'll say this. I've said this before. I actually said this. Just finished saying this in Frog Tony's. I think Todd Phillips kind of has like kind of a punk rock mentality, and I mean hardcore, real like 70s, early 80s punk rock, like F the system. That includes the studio system, and that includes whatever the fan base system ecosystem is out there. I think if you even look at Todd Phillips's past work, that dude does cries for helps in his comedies, where it's like The Hangover 2 and 3. By the time you get to 3, that shit is like a depressing drama where it's like, what exactly is going on here? What do you think a sequel is, Todd Phillips? It's almost like a not I don't want to say self-destruction, but like a weird like rejection of what is supposed to be a sequel in a way.
Well, he did say he was never going to make a sequel. Remember that?
Yes,
That's when
yeah.
everybody
He's
knows.
punk rock, and I think in a way, whatever he had feelings for getting that, look. They gave him a huge freaking check, a huge check, and they told him that he could do whatever he wants. So he, as figure drawing says, he made a movie from the gut, and that's what he's feeling, you know. And that's, I don't know. I kind of respect that. At the same time, I'm not going out in the
I don't know why I'm trying to read without my glasses.
But I think there's something there. I think he is kind of an artist in a way because of that. Because he makes movies from the gut. He makes movies how he's feeling, and he rejects the studio and even fan base system. Like, that's an artist to me.
I haven't seen any of his other movies.
They did The Hangover. If you watch Due Date, there's a scene. I always bring up Due Date specifically where Zach Galifianakis, after a while, it's like he's the character who's like this doofus just being made fun of and all this shit, just has like this mental breakdown, starts crying in the bathroom, is just saying, it's not funny anymore, I don't want to do this anymore. And it almost felt like that's Todd Phillips with the comedies. Like he has sort of this I don't know. I dig the guy. I think he's a fascinating director now because of the Joker movies. And I'm actually curious what he's going to do next because of this.
Another one? I did hear that the songs were terrible, and that's something I should prepare for. There's a person from that discussion who was like, sometimes if somebody's watching a movie, they'll like give us like a rundown while they're watching it, and they're like, "Oh, another song from Lady Gaga," and they love Lady Gaga, and they're like, "No, I love Lady Gaga and I love musicals. No, it's I can't take it anymore." And I was like, "Sorry."
See, I thought all the music was good, but I wish there had been more. There's a couple big production numbers. If you're going to a musical, that's what you want. And I feel like there's too much like kind of quiet under your breath singing. And it's good. I mean, Lady Gaga can sing. What's his name? Joaquin Phoenix, we know could sing. He was Johnny Cash, you know. But it's like, let's belt out a tune here. Let's like really belt this out, you know. But
yeah, I was expecting a little more spectacle with the musicals, considering the budget. I was a little disappointed to hear that they kind of like, it's an anti-musical in a way, where it's like it's not proud of being a musical. Again, it seems like it's some punk rock mentality this dude had with this thing. I don't know.
I will say this: Todd Phillips, you know, really kind of made his name with the first Hangover, and it is a tremendous comedy film, very, very funny. One of the funniest films of the aughts. However, let's not kid ourselves here. The Hangover was a complete ripoff because...
Dude, where's my car? Cope. I knew it. Who called it? Perp called it. Dude, where's my car? Cope. You always have one of these in your streams whenever The Hangover comes up.
Yeah, because it's the same movie. It's the same movie.
Well, bring up Superman Returns and then bring up my Super X. All right, same movie.
I did see Dude, Where's My Car? That was a trip.
It's wild though. Like
Cope is real.
I wanted to have the writer of Dude, Where's My Car on the podcast when The Hangover came out and ask him like, so when's your lawsuit?
Yeah.
Hey, Pop
Wow.
loves it.
And I'll tell you another movie that was inspired by Dude, Where's My Car? Or no, I'll tell you, I know the movie that inspired Dude, Where's My Car?
What?
Big Lebowski.
You think?
Mm.
There's a scene in the parking lot of the bowling alley where the dude's car was stolen, and Steve Buscemi goes, "Dude, where's your car? Where's your car, dude?" And I'm like, I know the writer of Dude, Where's My Car was sitting in the theater and said, "That's a great title. I could do something with that."
Why didn't the Coen brothers go with that more? What wasted opportunity with the Big Lebowski? That should have been the whole movie. Dude, where's my car? Oh, Metropolis, anyone? Figure Drawing asks. That's another one that, again, I admire. Maybe I shouldn't be
Metropolis,
talking.
the silent film?
Oh, I was thinking of Megapolis. Yeah, but that's the Fritz Lang one he's talking about. I love that movie. I actually saw it in the theater. I was lucky enough to catch a screening of Metropolis in the theater. That's one of the few movies where I'm like, the model work is just so ridiculous. Where it's like, I literally said, how'd they do that? Because I know that shit was made like in the 30s or some shit. And I saw the model work, the way they did the cars for the model. I was like, whoa, how'd they do that? It was amazing. I haven't seen Megapolis though.
Pop says, "Have you seen Sex Drive?"
I love Sex Drive. That shit's hilarious.
It's same director as Dude, Where's My Car? I don't think I've seen Sex Drive, but I've seen Dude, Where's
Sex
My
Drive
Car.
is hilarious. Jamie, I think it's Jamie Kennedy plays an Amish dude, and he's sarcastic. It's hilarious.
Well, that I know. That Seth Green.
Seth Green, sorry, yeah, not Jamie Kennedy. You're right, Seth Green.
I've seen the Amish dude scene, but that's
that shit's
like
amazing.
all I've seen. All right,
They have like an unrated cut where they blatantly put they made an unrated cut where it's like, let's say they have a nude scene, right? But then they'll show like a really graphic shot of like, if it's like a white guy, they'll just show a black man's dick. Like they made the unrated cut purposefully super graphic. It's its own thing. It's hilarious. Watch that. If you haven't seen the Sex Drive unrated cut, it's funnier. They overdub lines.
I just I was looking at some Joker stuff, and there was an actor who was in the movie who talked about the ending. I may have spoiled myself for something else. I don't think there's going to be a third movie.
I gotta say this.
No, there's no third Joker movie. There might be a
No.
Harlequin movie. That'd be something.
Pop says that it is the same director as Dude, Where's My Car? But man, what a good director, Sean Anders. I'm looking at his other films. He did the Daddy's Home films with Will Ferrell. They were really funny, and he did the best. Speaking of musicals, he did the best new Christmas movie in the past decade. Spirited.
What the heck? How come when I put
He did Spirited?
the first thing that pops up is Girls Don't Pee? What?
Might be a line from a movie. I don't remember.
They're showing me a clip,
quality.
a 2-minute clip. Girls.
I'm not surprised he made it. Sex Drive was hilarious.
Yeah,
that's a line from the movie. Yep.
Spirited is such a fantastic movie. If no one's seen Spirited, it's on Apple TV Plus, and it's the perfect Christmas movie.
But what about Megapolis, Joe?
What about it?
Did you like it?
No.
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 Noah, you liked Megapolis.
I haven't seen it.
Damn it, Noah.
Yeah.
I'm glad it exists.
Bianca,
I respect it.
you did not see Megapolis?
I don't watch things from directors that are alleged.
Alleged what?
I can't say it on here.
Oh, Francis? He supported he produced Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, I'm aware. And the Godfather movies 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I had a hot take about that. I said it yesterday. I hated
Every time I watch a movie with my brother, we can't finish it, and I'm like, why do I watch anything with you? We haven't finished Taxi Driver. We only watched 10-15 minutes of it.
Taxi Driver.
And then he's telling me how good of a movie it is. And then there's other time, when we were first watching The Godfather, before I knew about it, we both haven't seen it, I believe. And again, we watched 10-15 minutes of it, and then we just never finished it, and I was like, okay, whatever, I guess.
I have a huge hot take. All right, chat, get ready. Okay, get ready for this one,
All
chat. Okay, everything about the first Godfather, I agree with. What everyone says, all the accolades, everything. I fucking hate Godfather 2. I cannot stand that movie. I think it's garbage. I can't. It jumps around and it's telling the same story from Robert De Niro's perspective. It's doing like the same thing that it did in the first one, but it's Robert De Niro and it's jumping around. And I knew about the brother, and I just didn't care about like who shot at him and his wife. I hated I like Godfather 3 more than Godfather 2.
Wow. That is a hot take.
That is a very hot take. I know that because I
How
have
many Godfather movies are there?
There's 3. I always, every time people always bring up Godfather 2, it just like inside I have to like I start grinding my teeth. I always hold it in too. This has been a recent thing where I've been coming out saying I hate Godfather. I hate it. I hated it. I couldn't stand it. And I'm such a fan of the first one. All right, that's it. That's my hot take.
By the way, Sean Anders.
I'm not trolling. I swear to God, Cheeseman. I swear to God, Cheeseman, I'm not trolling. I swear to God, Cheeseman. I hate that movie. I really do. I think it's so bad.
Cry.
I think it's so bad.
By the way, Sean Anders, who directed Dude, Where's My Car and Sex Drive and Spirited and the Daddy's Home films, he didn't direct this one, but he co-wrote the screenplay of the funniest movie of 2010. Hot Tub Time Machine.
That is a good one.
I bet that is one of my all-time favorite movies.
That movie is so good.
This guy's quality, Joe. I'm telling you.
You can somehow you got your ass kicked out of your shoe. I don't even know how that's possible.
With the power of magic, cartoon physics.
Such a great. I want to watch Hot Tub Time Machine. Hey,
I shit you not. I watch that movie 3 or 4 times a year.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my top 20 favorite movies of all time, and that was one of the first R-rated movies I ever saw. And when I saw it, my mom was so pissed off at me.
Did you have to calm her down? It wasn't that bad.
Oh no. My first R-rated movie was that one, and then I got in so much trouble for the most innocent R-rated movie I've ever seen in my entire life.
The Hangover.
King's Speech. I got in trouble for watching the King's Speech because of the one scene where he says 17 F words.
Yeah.
And she's in the next room and she goes, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "It's about a king. He's trying to stop stuttering." I had to stutter. "It's helping me with my past trauma, Mom." "Well, thank you for not supporting me, and now I'm going into therapy because you won't let me hear F words.
Could have been worse. It could have been Billy Elliot. That's a rated R movie, believe it or not. It's about a boy learning ballet. It's rated R.
Hey, guys, do you know what time it is?
Adventure Time?
Almost time.
It's almost the end of the show because I'm getting tired and we've been going for 90 minutes.
Yay.
That's feature
Glad
length.
we can add on discussions with my terrible takes. Thank you.
No, we're happy.
I think I took it home with my Godfather take. Look at the chat.
Figure Drawing wants to know if Noah saw Not Another Teen Movie.
Yes, I have. And the only reason I saw that is because it came in a triple feature in a DVD I got for 75 cents, and I watched it.
Ooh.
It was a movie.
I will go on. I will go on record as saying that Not Another Teen Movie is the only movie that I like that has that naming convention of like such and such movie. Like, because like you have like epic movie and date movie and they're all garbage. But I like Not Another Teen Movie. But most of them were written by the same two guys.
Yeah.
Like the same two guys wrote like
Seltzer and something.
Yeah, and they're horrible. But they did not do Not Another Teen Movies.
Did they do Scary? I like actually Scary Movie 3 for some reason. That's my favorite one.
I like Scary Movie 3.
Yeah.
Well, Scary Movie 3.
The one with the ring girl. I like that one. And Charlie Sheen. That was
And she's like beating her up and from the TV, I'm like,
I saw that movie once in the
bitch.
theater. I must have been high as hell
Yeah.
though, because I was laughing my ass off. And I remember my one favorite part is like, I think the dogs are acting weird. They're like playing chariots and fire or some shit. Still makes me laugh. I'm dumb.
That was David Zucker, Airplane Airplane.
Oh
Top
yeah,
Secret
that's why it was
Mission.
good.
Yeah.
No wonder it was fucking good.
Though
Don't
Did he
Yeah,
do
it was really-
basketball? Did he do basketball?
he did basketball too, but
Yeah.
Baseball.
oh, you haven't seen basketball?
I've
Basketball's
never heard of it.
It's the
Oh,
greatest
God.
sports movie ever made.
I actually have a clip here for basketball.
Nothing I've ever been this excited. You're excited. Feel these nipples.
It's about
I thought he was gonna say penis.
That's how I sell shoes at the shoe department. Wow.
Exactly.
Feel these nipples.
no, stop it.
I bet you get such great tips and then surveys and
Oh
then
my God.
compliments.
Cheeseman, bring up Cheeseman cut. I know that. I've
Yeah,
never seen that movie, but I've seen
every
that
day.
cover everywhere.
5 restraining orders. Yeah.
Shriek if you know what he did last Friday the 13th. I've never seen that movie, but I've seen that like I've seen the movie cover everywhere, the poster art. It's always streaming somewhere. It's the most
Yeah,
Tubi thing ever.
it's always on Tubi.
Well, we got to wrap this up, but Lisa does
you,
want to
Joe.
know what each of our first theater viewing, what theater movie was our first. I've told you before, Perp. You know what mine was, right?
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, Joe.
It's one you're not going to see anytime soon again. Song of the South.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah, my dad took me to see Song of the South in like 1980 during the like.
I think I've heard
Wow.
of it.
That's the racist one.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like Trail of Tears, is it?
No, this one was by
Wait,
Disney.
Trail of Tears was
It
never
was-
a movie.
It was a Disney movie. It was that
Yeah,
based
it's
on
an-
Splash Mountain, the Splash Mountain Disney movie.
Yep.
Yeah, Uncle Remus.
Oh, it was animated?
Partially,
Partially, it had like
Oh.
male.
it took
was
place
like a
on a
movie.
plantation during the Reconstruction era, but the
Very controversial.
yeah, it's pretty controversial.
Yeah, Disney has vaulted it, right? They don't have
yeah,
it
they
anywhere.
Iger has.
Disney used to do racist things. Oh my gosh. It's not back in the day, terrible stuff.
Yeah, that was a
This
bad
happens,
But
unfortunately.
in the film's defense, I will say the animation and the animated segments are delightful. I
Maybe
mean,
they're
yeah,
try-
there's
maybe
a
maybe they're
lot
gonna
questionable about-
remaster it. Maybe they're gonna remaster it.
Yeah.
It
I
now
don't think
takes
it-
place in when did it supposed to take place?
like right after the Civil War.
Which was around 18,
The worst thing in that movie, the absolute,
1870 something.
in my opinion, the worst thing in that movie is that it opens with the former slaves, and let's not kid ourselves, they never say that word in the movie, they never speak that word, but these people were previously slaves. All are singing a song about how they're going to stay home on the plantation because the master is kind and lets them stay there.
Oh, that's
And-
terrible.
And it's like, oh my god, what a choice.
I gotta give. It's a very spicy joke, but figure drawing with this. Don't even bring it up. Spicy joke of the night for figure drawing. Jesus Christ! Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up.
I just saw it. Wow. All right.
That's a good one though.
Oh, but what about the rest of you guys? First theater experience.
I will say I don't remember my first. I remember because I'm proud of it. My first rated R by myself theater experience was Die Hard with a Vengeance, and what a
Ooh.
magical experience that was.
My first movie I was in theaters, I was told, was Garfield with Bill Murray. I remember that distinctly.
His one
I
regret.
would.
All right, we lost Noah.
Okay, I thought it was me. I'm like, oh my
I
god.
thought it was
internet go
true.
out
I was
again?
like, I love that we lost him contemplating though. So, oh, he's back.
Yeah. Oh, you're back though. We lost you. You were frozen for a minute there.
Shoot. Okay, well, it might be
We
my
heard
Wi-Fi.
Garfield.
It is my
We heard
Wi-Fi.
Garfield.
Yes. It was Garfield, and then we went to Wendy's afterwards.
Ooh, sounds nice.
And Bianca, do you remember your first theatrical film?
No, but now that I was like, oh my gosh, I've seen so many, but why can I remember them now? I'm like, okay, so what did I see? I remember seeing the 2007 TMNT film. Okay, anything else? I'm like, I remember seeing Transformers. What year did that come out? 2007, same as
That
the
was 2000,
TMNT
yeah.
movie. And I was like, what the frick? And I was like, Garfield. He said Garfield. When did Garfield come out? 2006. And I'm like, okay, I remember seeing that in the movie theaters and getting the DVD. Apparently, I'm just forgetting everything else that came before it. Apparently, I watched a lot of movies back then. Can't afford them now. Punks.
Yeah, they got expensive.
You know what I find funny? I don't know if this is true, but according to the internet, Lorenzo Music, who was the voice of Garfield for years on Garfield and Friends and all the Garfield TV specials, he was the voice of Peter Venkman on The Real Ghostbusters for the first 2 seasons. And in season 3, they replaced him with Dave Coulier. And according to the internet, the reason is that Bill Murray complained that Venkman sounded too much like Garfield. So I find it kind of funny that then the original Venkman decided, I'm going to be Garfield now. After he got the previous Garfield fired. From the Venkman role, at least.
Oh,
If that's true.
excuse me.
So,
I'm
you all
looking.
right?
I'm looking through 2001 movies that came out in theaters to see if I recognize anything. Did I see Osmosis Jones in the movie theater?
Oh, I saw
I
that.
don't remember.
Bill Murray was in that too.
Yes, he was. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. I didn't see them. What? 2001. How old was I? I was 5, 6. I was 6 years old. Did I not watch any movies in the movie theater at 6 years old? Cats and Dogs. Cats and Dogs was a thing. Monsters Inc. was a thing. Shrek was a thing. No, I didn't watch Shrek in the movie theater. Did I watch Monsters Inc. in
did.
the movie theater? I for sure should have seen Cats and Dogs in the movie theater.
I saw
don't.
Madam Web in the theater.
Me too.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I will raise you one. I went to go and see Arctic Dogs in theaters.
Damn. The one with Cuba? Gooding Jr.?
Oh,
Or was that
no,
that's Snow Dogs? Never mind. Sorry.
This was a fully animated movie
Oh,
that had John Cleese as the voice of a walrus.
based.
I saw Crocodile Hunter Collision Course in theaters.
That is awesome. What about From Justin to Kelly, Joe?
I did not
about-
see that one.
Okay. What about
Did-
Jason X?
Wait, have you ever seen? Oh yeah, I saw Jason X in theaters. But
Yes.
have you ever seen Crocodile Hunter Collision Course?
I didn't see it in
such-
the theaters, but I did see
Such an amazing movie. Such an amazing because he's supposed to be shooting his TV show. That's the premise. The premise is he's shooting an episode of his TV show. So he's talking to the camera like he always does, like, "Oh, look at this snake here. This snake's really dangerous." And he's talking to the camera. But then the guys who are after him, who think that like the guys with the spy that are trying to get the spy satellite, they're looking at him from afar. And when they're looking at him from afar,
Yeah.
there's no camera crew. So he just looks like he's a crazy person who talks to himself.
That's amazing.
Okay, let's Stuart Little 2 and Spirit that came out in 2002. I remember seeing those in the movie theater.
Holy crap.
We renamed Spirit. When that played in the theaters, my friend and I didn't call it Spirit. We changed its title to Horsey.
Horsey.
We used to do that.
That's
We used
so
to give
derogatory.
we used to give movies other titles. Like when the remake of Mighty Joe Young came out, we called it Big Monkey Smash Now.
That's funny.
Stop it. All right, I'm
I
gonna
don't
head
know
going.
why.
Oh my God, CGH is here.
Hey. All
I
right,
don't know
guys.
why, but I just wanted to say before we go, I love Melissa McCarthy. That's it. Thank you.
Stay in
All right.
school. Don't do drugs.
Oh.
Do
If
hugs
you
instead.
something illegal, make sure you don't get caught.
I would just like to say, as soon as we're done with all these Disney Bambi horror movies, it would be really cool if we have horror movie versions of 60s shows like Bewitched, I Dream of Jeannie. Let's go there, horror genre. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thanks for being here, and keep wearing those pajamas.
This community means about as much to me as a festering bowl of dog snot.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
With the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
With the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open it, it's a trap.
Oh no!
It's a trap. Some people call them bitches. Some people call them jammies. They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander adamas. But no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.